Hello, hello. How's it going, everybody? Hope you're doing well. Figured I'd hop into another gaming into gospel. Keep this train going. Should be doing Soul Cesto. This is like a probability roguelike, I guess. It's pretty interesting. And then we'll be reading Matthew 7 and 8. So that'll be pretty cool. It's really loud to me. I'm gonna turn this down. Turn down my own ear too, jeez. Alright. The levels look okay. So, we'll roll with that. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I won't be streaming next weekend because I will be in Ohio doing a missions trip. I'll be serving a company called All Play at the Origin board game convention. So did it last year. It was a lot of fun. It was really interesting. Weirdly spiritual kind of experience that only things that can be explained by God set it up, I think, happened. So we'll see how things go this time. But yeah, I'm excited. It'll be nice to get away from the factory, the sweat factory I work in for a week. Basically a week anyway. Should be a good time. And I get to check out a bunch of really cool board games and like dice and stuff that people make. So if you're in the area, you should definitely check it out. It's a really cool convention. Columbus, Ohio. June 18th. So yeah. I won't be streaming or posting or anything for the next few days. I reset my progress. That's okay. I've never streamed this, so let's just go with it. It's a pretty simple game. You pick a row, and then you have a percentage chance to land on one of these things. You also have stats here. So this is your health, 6 out of 6. Then you have 1 sword and 1 magic. When you land on an enemy, you subtract your sword or rod to theirs. So I take 2 damage here if I land here, because that's a 3 minus 1 is 2. I'm not strong enough to take these guys out without taking some damage. But you see the slimes are kind of sad because they know I can just kill them. If you land on a strawberry, you get health back. If you land on a treasure chest, you get gold. The only other thing I really need to explain, I think, is just these are your items. I love the aesthetic here too, like the different hands that just like hold your items. That's so cool. And then how you beat every floor is you have to get so many out of so many on here. Usually it's 5. I think it's always 5. But I haven't gotten that far, so we'll see. There's a bunch of different characters. You start off with this villager guy. Literally, he's just like the tutorial. He's meant to die. So let's just get to it. Let's get through it. All right, so I landed right there. My next best opportunity would be here. So that's 2. That wasn't great, but this is still the best because it's like a 66% chance I don't get hurt. All right, now I just need 1 more. I don't know. Let's just stick here. Yeah. Boom. Got out unscathed. Well, almost unscathed. All right. And these guys, they flip over every time you land somewhere. So this one's just a safe row right here. I was just saying, if you hover over this, the mirror on the top left tells you what they do. Look at all that free stuff. I think we just go. I'm gonna go as far as I can. Screw it. If you ever played like Slay the Spire or like any roguelike, this is just like a area that you can stop at and get some kind of a power up. But we can't do it yet because we have to unlock it. You unlock it by dropping coins in a bucket later on and sending the coins up and praying to the stars. This is pretty good. Nice. Dang. Nah, just keep going. Yeah, so here. I'm just gonna drop all the coins I have, because this villager guy is pretty bad. No, come on. I just want the gold. Give me the gold. Oh. So here you can upgrade. I will give myself one more sword. I think that means that they get powered up so much. Use it too. So these guys power up the people next to them. Oh. I mean, yeah, I was gonna die there more than likely. So, with that, the the mascot character shows up. We're gonna play with it. Oh, first of all, let's see if we can unlock some stuff. I can unlock his talent. That's not super useful right now. Let's open up the shop. Let's awaken a statue and get the pond. Those are all three pretty useful things. That gives us more access to items and artifacts. So you see these teeth over here? The statues have teeth, and you can grab the teeth and like put them in this loadout thing. It's really cool. Okay, so now we have an ability. If you see this sun, it says 1 out of 4. So on my 4th move, I'll get his ability, which is I can pick a column and just, instead of landing horizontally randomly, I'll land vertically randomly. So it's pretty neat. Pretty neat. I like it. I likes it a lot. See, like I can use it right now to get a better chance at treasure. Yeah. No. I need to take advantage of these. Let's try to get... Oh, man. Okay. Yeah, teeth. So these sort of like manipulate your, like where you will land. Attraction to magic monsters -17 and chest -9. Attraction to traps -37. That seems, I think I like that one more. I don't know. Some items can combine with the power of the sun to alter their area of effect. I think I understand what that means. I read it. The first time I played it, I read it. I didn't really understand. I think it means when this is glowing, you can use your items to do more things. Which would be, that'd be nice. You can literally pull his nose to stun him for a second and steal something. It's kind of funny. I think that's all you can really do here, though. Man, come on, dude. Okay. Okay. Alright, what is this? What does this say? Weird. I heard the chat noise, but I don't see chat. Let me try something. Hold on. I use this app, and I'm not totally sure how great it is. So I'm just going to I'm just gonna bring it up like manually. We'll just pop it out from the website. No, I don't know. Weird. It just made the noise for no reason. Interesting. Alright, well, we can leave now. Let's put some gold in there. I don't really know like what the best move is exactly, but that seems alright. So this is pretty safe. What does it mean, combined with the power of the sun? Wait, you can do the whole... Is that what I'm looking at? Oh my gosh. Oh, okay. Oops. Yeah, that's pretty strong. And we leave. There's no reason to kill stuff if you don't have to. You don't get XP or anything like that. Let's try to even it out, I guess. Don't like that guy. Ow. let's just go. So now he has a band-aid on his nose. I can't just steal stuff anymore. That's 30. I mean, let's just take both. The bag gets bigger as you buy stuff. I wonder if you... I wonder what that effect has. Oh boy. Yeah, we're gonna... So this row is safe. Please don't land on the spikes. Thank you. Gosh dang it. I'm being really stupid right now. Okay. Get your whole health back and more. What's the and more? Oh, I think I started with 5, so I guess it increased it by 1. That's really nice. It's kind of rough. None of these are terribly safe. We're gonna have to take hits, I think. Oof. Alright, let's get out of here. Get out of here. I think we're getting near the end of the first act, I guess. Getting near the first boss here. Okay, this guy sucks. We gotta kill that guy. Because he will delete your bonus tiles. Your treasure chests and stuff. 4. That's 5. Let's just take the hit and go. Attraction to strength monsters is negative 31. Negative 2 life points. I don't like that. Actually, that might not be too bad. Let's try it. Let's have a higher chance to kill this stupid thing. Oh, except he's gonna hurt me. That sucks. Whoops. Totally misused that bubble. Yeah, let's just go. Let's just go. I need that. Not crazy about those odds. Let's just eat up this row down here. No! Ah. Dang, man. Okay. That's fine. A metal statue awakens. New bomb in the shop. 2 new teeth for the stone statue. Blood for the blood god. Stone for the stone god. Let's try that. Oh, and that. Jeez, this starting one's pretty rough. And it just kind of is what it is. Dang, I wanted that strawberry. Attraction to magic monsters, negative 29. Let's try that and just go like a hardcore strength build. Grab it. Oh. Ew. I can kill the bugs. I wonder if I get anything for that. I cleaned up your table, man. Can I get something? Like free? No? Okay. Ow. So the slimes are a bit less safe now. Heck yeah. Bye. Killing 2 strength monsters weakens all magic monsters. -1 for 1 turn. That's pretty solid. 3 monsters are weakened at the start of each new screen. That seems pretty broken. So now we sort of kind of, if we're smart about it, we get a buff to both strength and magic. Now we're almost safe. Two strength monsters, not 2 strength monsters. Okay. Fair. That's fair. Oh, nice. I just noticed that it glows. Just show you like how far along you are. That's really cool. It's pretty cool, man. I like that. Huh. This game's pretty nice. I don't like these tomato dudes, man. They kind of suck. Alright, let's get out of here. What's up, Bougie? How's it going, man? Your bond with the sun is growing stronger. I don't really know what that means. I do know this though. I hate everything in that row, that column. Still playing Final Fantasy 14. You enjoying it? Oh gosh. Oh my gosh. Could I not hit those? That'd be great. Take the coins. Yeah, it's pretty good. I kind of feel myself wanting a break though, but I want to play games none of my friends play for said break. Oh yeah, that's fair. What games do you want to play? Oh crap, I should probably. Ah, he's gonna get rid of all my stuff where I can deal with him. That's annoying. Dude. Alright, never mind. I'm just gonna go. Two of the same ones. One. Sorry, are these not strength monsters? Killing 2 strength monsters weakens all magic monsters. -1 for 1 turn. IDK, 7 days to die. Age of Empires. Kind of want to dip my toe in something more competitive. Oh, have fun with that. I'm so not competitive these days, it's not even funny. I ain't got that dog in me anymore, man. FF14 static. Oh, yeah. Instead of just running story stuff the entire time, I see where you're coming from. Don't disagree. I liked doing the, like the roguelite sort of thing that they had in FF14. That was a lot of fun. Can I do something here with this? No, okay. Okay. Ow. This is really bad. Ow. Alright, let's get out of here. Yeah, I did see Fuga 3 was coming out soon. How do you feel about that? I wasn't super crazy about the first Fuga. Game's fine, it's just like not my kind of game. Not a big visual novel guy. Pretty interesting combat system, though. I will give it that much. Different, wasn't too crazy with the first one, so I had no inclination to play the second. Yeah, that's how I feel about it. I was surprised to see that it was even getting a third. I just never heard anybody talk about it beyond the first game. I think there was a lot of hype around the first game because of what it was, you know. And then you play it and you find out it's kind of, there's a certain, you know, there's a crowd for games like that. I'm just probably not part of it. Man, these friggin' spikes. It's pretty safe. This is totally safe down here. We should just eat this row. Probably don't need to worry about getting that strawberry. Alright, here we go. It's a very niche audience. I don't like furries. I'm not a big visual novel person. That's fair. You see, it, like, technically that game is a furry game just because anthropomorphic, you know, animal people, but I feel like the actual furry thing is very specific in a way. But, no, I get it. I do kind of want to play Life is Strange. See if I can't introduce her to some video games. Does she not play anything? Stardew Valley is a good one. Oh no, I'm a fool. Let's try this again. I was confused by that one tooth. I thought it was supposed to weaken stuff, but it didn't seem to be doing that for me. Yeah, cool. Dude, I on Stardew Valley, I have yet to play, like, actually sit down and play Stardew Valley. I keep hearing it's like the best game ever made, and I just haven't gotten around to it. But I'm over here playing Fantasy Life I. On and off. I haven't gotten too far in the game. She says video games make her brain hurt. Not good at them and gets discouraged easily. Just games in general. Yeah, I mean, you know, it's kind of like any space of things, right? Like, I could see if you're just not familiar with a certain medium or whatever, even if it, you know, again, even if it wasn't just video games, games in general, like games are like at the end of the day, they're a structure. they're a mechanism. And a lot of us grew up and got used to the idea of what that sort of feels like and the different shapes it takes, but it's understandable, you know. I mean, there's this thing about games. There's a lot to keep up with. Doesn't have to be for everybody. That's okay. Oh my gosh, bro. Thinking Stardew Valley or other cozy life game. Yeah, I think that's a good start. Oh man, start on Bloodborne. It's a great idea. What time is it? After this run, I might go ahead and just run into the gospel section of the stream. I'm going to keep it a little bit shorter tonight, because we're trying to do some stuff in Lux, and I think that'll be pretty fun, pretty good time. And I hope anybody who sees this stream/video will check out Lux Digital Church and join us, because it's a good time over there. Speaking of making your brain hurt, this game is actually kind of making my brain hurt. There's too many options. This sucks. Thank you. Alright, let's get out of here. Bing bing. Bing bong. That's a pretty safe row. Still a pretty safe row. Well, no, it's not. It's less safe. This is safe. Thank you, Lord. Oh no, we should definitely, yeah, definitely get that. I've always done better when I just go straight strength. I don't know why. Opening 2 chests weakens all monsters. Am I going to get into that new League card game coming out? No. Probably not. I would like to get into a card game, but there's just no local scene for anything, so I just don't play card games anymore. We have Commander over at the one shop I have, and they sell 2 games, Magic and Warhammer, and that's their whole shop and comics. That's what they got. I have to go like 30 minutes out of my way to go play anything interesting. And then those places are overpriced usually, which is really annoying. 3 monsters are weakened at the start of each new screen. Screw it, let's just go with the consistent one. Now we got 1 chest. We don't need to be here anymore, so we're gonna leave. Yeah, we'll just leave. He says, "Nah, man, you ain't stealing from me anymore." What this? Hey. That is a generous amount of gold. While I'm at Origins, though, next week, I probably will still check it out. Like, just because I don't want to get into it doesn't mean I'm not interested in how it works. And Jersey was like, he was like begging me. He's like, dude, if you see that game there, you let me know. Ow, no. Oh my gosh. Of course I go for the lowest one. Why would I get anything else? Alright, so now would be the time to strike. Gosh dang it. Jersey seems to be gauging interest pretty hard at Lux. Yeah, I mean that is true. Another thing I'm honestly like just sort of concerned with, and I would almost say fatigued with, is just the fact that any popular IP now, you see it with everything, where like people like League of Legends, people like Pokemon, people like Final Fantasy, and so when the new thing comes out, it just seems like it's impossible to get your hands on, and it's just it's really discouraging, and it just makes me from the get-go just not care at all, basically. And I'm really sick of that feeling. It'd be nice to know I can just walk, you know, not walk, drive to Walmart or Target or whatever, and just know for a fact I'd be able to at least find some stuff, you know, not have to get everything offline, and knowing that if I do get stuff offline, it's not overpriced stuff. You know what I mean? I know I'm not alone in that feeling either. That's safe. Of course. Yep. You... Oh no. Okay, well. I hate these guys so much. Yeah, like I'm sure the game's gonna be a blast, one way or another. It's kind of one reason I'm a big proponent of digital versions of card games, because with the world just kind of running the way it does right now, at least you'd have that. Even if you have to purchase digital cards, like I don't like doing that, but if that's what's readily available, then so be it. It's a hobby. Like, technically it's a waste of money to buy, you know, cardboard cards as well. I understand. I think if my LGS wasn't going to carry it, then I wouldn't be considering it myself. But with a release date in October, I'm still hesitant because that's right at the start of school. Yeah, and you're super busy. Work, school, husband, kids don't mix well with physical hobbies. I would totally agree with that. I totally agree with that. Man, these are not great. Hey, how about that? I don't know why I got that other strawberry. Yeah, I'm a big fan of the digital space, though. Even though it's not my favorite way to play. I definitely prefer to play physical stuff, like face-to-face. It just feels better. Oh, dang it. It didn't work the way I wanted it to. Just get this immediately. After this, it's the boss. Let's see if I can actually make it this time. Very nice. That's 5. Okay. Alright. Let me not run right into the maw of the beast here, like I did last time because I wasn't paying attention. Being stupid. Yeah, look at these graphics, man. It's fantastic. I also love this gimmick where the boss covers up this side of the screen, so you just... I think you still have access to things like your power, you just can't really see it. You can't see your health or anything, so you have to guess. It's clever. And this boss makes you switch up a lot of your tactics. You try to leave and he says, nope. Phase 2. Phase 2, mofo. Yeah, so I cannot use my last item. How about that? Oh yeah, I should not do that again. I could have died right there. What is that face? That's great. As far as you know, no one has ever made it this far. You decide to climb back to the surface to share the news. Cool, 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 cool. I got 90 gold. Let's get some teeth. Alright. Let's call the gaming there. Almost done, sorry. Ah, darn it. Sorry, I have a million tabs open. There we go. You want to play FF14 with me? Maybe. Oh, excuse me. Haven't played that game in years. I wouldn't mind it though. I mean, when I get back from the trip, I mean, I'm pretty much just gonna go into cooldown mode anyway. My main thing is gonna be, at least for the rest of the year, I'm trying to focus on just skill building. So, not too sure how much just like idle gaming I'm gonna be doing anyway, because I want to eventually make my own game. Part of the skill building I'm doing is learning Godot engine, so I have to learn how to code in that script. I've been doing those, so it's more of a matter of finding that lull, you know, and I just don't seem to ever have that between overtime and like trying to figure out what the heck I'm doing with my life and Lux. And this is one of those things, by the way, the gaming and the gospel streams. So with that being said, let's hop right into it. We're going to do Matthew 7 and 8 today. So yeah, without further ado, this is, if I remember correctly, the end of the Sermon on the Mount. We just read 2 chapters, which were most of the Sermon on the Mount. I think it's like 2.5 chapters or something. No, wait, I'm crazy. This is not red text, is it? Oh, it is. Okay. Yeah, this website just doesn't do that, I guess. I don't know how common knowledge it is when God or Jesus speaks in the Bible. It's usually in red text. So I was having a spasm trying to figure out if I was losing my mind or not. All right. Do not judge others, and you will not be judged. For you will be treated as you treat others. The standard you use in judging is the standard by which you will be judged. And why worry about a speck in your friend's eye when you have a log in your own? How can you think of saying to your friend, "Let me help you get rid of that speck in your eye," when you can't see past the log in your own eye? Hypocrite. First get rid of the log in your own eye, then you will see well enough to deal with the speck in your friend's eye. Deal with your own problems before you go trying to help others with the same problems. Don't waste what is holy on people who are unholy. Don't throw your pearls to pigs. They will trample the pearls, then turn and attack you. I feel like there should be a little bit of context added to that. What that's often understood as meaning is something along the lines of don't like waste your time trying to give advice to people who don't want it, basically. Because they will just get aggressive or come at you or just brush you off or whatever. It's pointless. It's pointless. They don't see the pearls for what they are. That's basically what it's what he's saying there. Effective prayer. Keep on asking, and you will receive what you ask for. Keep on seeking, and you will find. Keep on knocking, and the door will be open to you. For everyone who asks receives. Everyone who seeks finds, and to everyone who knocks, the door will be opened. You parents, if your children ask for a loaf of bread, do you give them a stone instead? Or if they ask for a fish, do you give them a snake? Of course not. So if you sinful people know how to give good gifts to your children, how much more will your heavenly Father give good gifts to those who ask him? Golden rule. Everyone knows the golden rule. Do to others whatever you would like them to do to you. This is the essence of all that is taught in the law and the prophets. And the law being referenced here is the Mosaic law that is found in Deuteronomy, Leviticus, and Numbers, I think, back in the Old Testament. And the prophets being Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, Moses, so on and so forth. You can enter God's kingdom only through the narrow gate. The highway to hell is broad, and its gate is wide for many who choose that way. But the gateway to life is very narrow, and the road is difficult, and only a few ever find it. I think about that verse a lot. Not gonna lie, it kind of helps keep me grounded. Beware of false prophets who come disguised as harmless sheep, but are really vicious wolves. You can identify them by their fruit, that is, by the way they act. Can you pick grapes from thorn bushes or figs from thistles? A good tree produces good fruit, and a bad tree produces bad fruit. A good tree can't produce bad fruit, and a bad tree can't produce good fruit. So every tree that does not produce good fruit is chopped down and thrown into the fire. Yes, just as you can identify a tree by its fruit, so you can identify people by their actions. Not everyone who calls out to me, Lord, Lord, will enter the kingdom of heaven. Only those who actually do the will of my Father in heaven will enter. On Judgment Day, many will say to me, Lord, Lord, we prophesied in your name, and cast out demons in your name, and performed many miracles in your name. But I will reply, I never knew you. Get away from me, you who break God's laws. And I guess to try and add some clarity there, there is living the Christian life for God's glory, and then there's living that same life for your own glory. There's a lot of people I could point to that people would say that person is clearly not living for God's glory. Even if you don't know that much about God, at a glance you can look at them and say there's no way that person's genuine or like good-hearted or whatever. So yeah, that I think that gives a good bit of clarity to what's being said there. He's saying those people they won't enter the kingdom of heaven. Only the humble folks who are doing their best to actually follow Jesus and spread the gospel and all the other things that go with that. Those will be the people who go to heaven and who serve in heaven. Building on a solid foundation. And this is useful information or advice for anything, not just Christianity or your life. Any old a skill or whatever. Having that solid foundation to build off of. Anyone who listens to my teaching and follows it is wise. Like a person who builds a house on solid rock. Though the rain comes in torrents and the flood waters rise and the winds beat against that house, it won't collapse because it is built on bedrock. But anyone who hears my teaching and doesn't obey it is foolish. Like a person who builds a house on sand. When the rains and floods come and the winds beat against that house, it will collapse with a mighty crash. When Jesus had finished saying these things, the crowds were amazed at his teaching. For he taught with real authority, quite unlike their teachers of religious law. That wraps up the Sermon on the Mount, which is one of my favorite sermons ever. Might be my favorite sermon ever. There's a lot of good ones, so it's hard to tell. But, I mean, it's God in flesh himself giving it, so it's kind of hard to beat that, right? So yeah, we move on. We continue. Large crowds followed Jesus as he came down the mountainside. Suddenly, a man with leprosy approached him and knelt before him. Lord, the man said, if you are willing, you can heal me and make me clean. Jesus reached out and touched him. I am willing, he said. Be healed. And instantly the leprosy disappeared. And Jesus said to him, don't tell anyone about this. Instead, go to the priest and let him examine you. Take along the offering required in the law of Moses for those who have been healed of leprosy. This will be a public testimony that you have been cleansed." When Jesus returned to Capernaum, a Roman officer came and pleaded with him, "Lord, my young servant lies in bed, paralyzed and in terrible pain." Jesus said, "I will come and heal him." But the officer said, "Lord, I am not worthy to have you come into my home. Just say the word from where you are, and my servant will be healed. I know this because I am under the authority of my superior officers, and I have authority over my soldiers. I only need to say, 'Go,' and they go, or 'Come,' and they come. And if I say to my slaves, 'Do this,' they do it." When Jesus heard this, he was amazed. Turning to those who were following him, he said, "I tell you the truth, I haven't seen faith like this in all Israel. And I tell you this, that many Gentiles will come from all over the world, from east and west, and sit down with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob at the feast in the kingdom of heaven. But many Israelites, those for whom the kingdom was prepared, will be thrown into outer darkness, where there will be weeping and gnashing of teeth." Then Jesus said to the Roman officer, "Go back home. Because you believed, it has happened." And the young servant was healed that same hour. And I think in one of the other gospel accounts it gives a bit more detail to that too, where he actually goes back and he's healed, and he does the math, and it was the same amount of time had passed that would have made sense. When Jesus arrived at Peter's house, Peter's mother-in-law was sick in bed with a high fever. But when Jesus touched her hand, the fever left her, and she got up and prepared a meal for him just immediately. That evening, many demon-possessed people were brought to Jesus. He cast out the evil spirits with a simple command, and he healed all the sick. This fulfilled the word of the Lord through the prophet Isaiah, who said, "He took our sicknesses and removed our diseases." That is a book I need to get around to reading, because Isaiah, I'm sure there's more to it, but it is often attributed to being verifiable proof of Jesus's claims and resurrection, and the fact that he is who he says he is. So that'll be a pretty good read. And it's referenced time and again in the Gospels. Cost of following Jesus. When Jesus saw the crowd around him, he instructed his disciples to cross to the other side of the lake. Then one of the teachers of religious law said to him, "Teacher, I will follow you wherever you go." But Jesus replied, "Foxes have dens to live in, and birds have nests, but the Son of Man has no place even to lay his head." Another of his disciples said, "Lord, first let me return home and bury my father." But Jesus told him, "Follow me now. Let the spiritually dead bury their own dead." Jesus calms the storm. Then Jesus got into the boat and started across the lake with his disciples. Suddenly a fierce storm struck the lake, with waves breaking into the boat. But Jesus was sleeping. The disciples went and woke him up, shouting, "Lord, save us. We're going to drown." They didn't say it in that intonation. "Lord, save us. We're going to drown." Jesus responded, "Why are you afraid? You have so little faith." Then he got up and rebuked the wind and waves, and suddenly there was a great calm. The disciples were amazed. "Who is this man?" they asked. "Even the winds and waves obey him." When Jesus arrived on the other side of the lake, in the region of the Gadarenes, two men who were possessed by demons met him. They came out of the tombs and were so violent that no one could go through that area. They began screaming at him, "Why are you interfering with us, Son of God? Have you come here to torture us before God's appointed time?" There happened to be a large herd of pigs feeding in the distance, so the demons begged, "If you cast us out, send us into that herd of pigs." "All right, go," Jesus commanded them. So the demons came out of the men and entered the pigs, and the whole herd plunged down the steep hillside into the lake and drowned in the water. The herdsmen fled to the nearby town, telling everyone what happened to the demon-possessed men, and the entire town came out to meet Jesus, but they begged him to go away and leave them alone. And I think that is clarified a bit more in the next chapter. But yeah, that was Matthew 7 and 8. Guys, if you have any questions, feel free to. I should have said this the last few times. I've been winging it this whole time, figuring it out as I go along. If you have any questions about any of this stuff, feel free to leave that in the comments at YouTube, or if you're in Twitch, feel free to raise those questions in chat, and I'll do my best to answer them. Anytime someone's really enjoying Expedition 33. It's good. Anytime I read some of this stuff, I kind of get this feeling like I should probably add some clarification here. I don't want to do too much of that, though, because I need to trust you guys to do your own research, too. If you're curious, this stuff it's available. And not just the scripture, but the context around the scripture too. And there's plenty of great people to go to for it. And if need be, I can provide some sources for these things outside of what I may or may not know. So yeah, hope everyone who joined and enjoyed the stream. If you watched this on YouTube, I hope you enjoyed hanging out with me for about an hour, or a little over an hour. And again, if you would like to hang out with me on stream, the link will be in the description. Channel is JTFM. And I'm usually found at Lux Digital Church's Discord. So just Google Lux Digital Church. You'll find it. Very simple. I'm tired today. Sorry. Mouth don't work good today. But that link will also be in the description as well. So yeah, I'm going to log off, probably go hang out with the wife for a bit, and then be in Lux Digital Church, hanging out with people. So feel free to join me. Have a good one. Later.